everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. We have had nothing but rain all day long. All day long. So, issues at the homestead. Got to tell you what happened, and I'll explain everything and kind of go from there. So, we're going to go over here first. And this is, we've had a lot of rain. This low spot's got rain. Over there it's got rain standing in there. I mean, that'll dissipate pretty quickly. I'll show you this over here too. So you're probably wondering why I have the generator running, and I'll explain all that in a minute. But I'll just show you how much. I mean, it comes down off the hill. That's what it always does. The dogs were messing with the towels that were there, but comes down off the hill and right straight on through. So that's what's going on with that right now. Just so very unpleasant weather-wise day. So I wake up this morning and I have no power. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. Now, kind of give you a background of what happened. Last few days, the batteries were going down and weren't looking like they were going up. I mean, I was pulling in good power, you know, with the as far as the weather went. We're going to go in here where it'll be quieter. All right. So the batteries were going down, but they should have been fully charged, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Now, the inverter had gone off. It had alarmed a couple times and shut off, and I had to come back out and turn it back on, and it was working fine, right? So didn't know what was going on. Well, what ended up happening was this inverter died. It is shot. No good. So I actually don't have, I do have a small backup inverter, but not anything to be able to run everything that we need to run. So I had called Brian, and my electrician guy, and he came out, and what we did to get things, so he mounted his charge controller. It's an inverter charge controller combination. Okay, so we mounted that and tried to get things, and it was the batteries were all way too low. I mean, they were all alarming when I came out here this morning, and they were all at like 21.9 or 22. 22 is as low as you want to go. That's 20%. Okay, so I turned everything off. Called Brian. He said as soon as he got out of work he would come up. And so obviously he did. So what we had to do first, to start out with, we brought 4 of the batteries from the shop and brought them in here, hooked them in here to the system to try to start working these batteries up. Turning on the generator, none of that was working to charge everything because this inverter was shot. So once we got his system hooked in, we hooked that into the generator, and so right now that's why the generator's on. It is charging up these batteries back up. I'm going to charge them back up to 27, and then I'll turn the generator back off. Okay, so these are just sitting here for right now, but they were, as soon as we got the generator on, they started coming up in power. So we got 25.9, 26.2. 25.9, 25.9, and 26.3. That's the one that is charging the fastest, and then they equalize out. So I'm looking at, let me see what time it is right now. It is 6:45. I will probably have to run the generator till possibly 8:30 to get these back up to 27, okay? And actually that one just went to 26.3. So, so that's what happened. That's actually a kind of a wake-up call, obviously. So that inverter went, and I did not have an adequate backup, and so I will definitely have to rectify that. He was talking about getting some of these inverters, and they're cheaper, but they're harder to get. If I got a couple of them that would run, well, I would have to get like 3 of these. These ones here are about $300 a piece. So to run both places, I would need at least 3 of them, okay? Which would be the equivalent of one of these, which one of these is $950. So my dilemma is, do I order these, which may take a while to get, or do I order another one of these again, which I'll have right away? Now what I may end up doing is go ahead and ordering one of these again, and then getting a few of these down the road as backups. And so, you know, that's definitely something that, because somebody had asked me about that. They'd asked me in a video, do you have backups? And I really, you know, I mean, this stuff is not cheap. None of this is cheap. I mean, these charge controllers are $450 a piece. Now this here, these MPP solar, they're a charge controller inverter all in one. So it would be smarter for me to go ahead and order a few of these to have as backup in case we had a surge or something, and then I would have them on site, and like I said, I wouldn't have to use these. So instead of buying backups for these guys, get a few of these, and that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'm probably, because I want to get my regular inverter back on, I will probably go ahead and order one of these, unless I can get these ordered quicker and they'll come quicker. So I will have to look at how long it's going to take me to get these, because Brian said, I can use this as long as I need to. But and the birds were fine. They're doing good, and they're getting freaking huge. They're growing very, very fast. But so that's where we're at. It was definitely not a fun day, and dealing with issues. It never makes it any fun. See, now that one over here now has gone up to 26, and that one is up to 26.4. So actually, I might be looking at an hour to get everything charged up where I want it to be. So that won't be too bad. And so then I can turn the generator off and just run on the batteries, and they should be okay. This was just absolutely sucking a lot of juice out of the batteries, so that was not a good thing. And so we weren't bringing in anything from the sun because everything was shut down. I mean, everything was done. So not a good day as far as that went, but we got it figured out, and thank goodness for Brian. I'm going to say that. Awesome guy, came out here, like I said, after he got out of work, and got us back up and running. But we're definitely going to, I want these because, number one, they're cheaper, and I can throw them in series, and if one messes up, it'll still run things. And so that's a good thing to have. So I may be looking at getting some of these. So that's what I may end up doing. These can be rebuilt, so I'm going to look into that and see what it's going to cost to have that rebuilt, and to figure out what the issue is. It's working, because we turned it back on and it was working, but for whatever reason that was drawing down the batteries and killing the power, and I don't know why. So I may have to have that rebuilt. You don't throw these things out. That's the one thing you definitely do not do. But so that's where we're at. That's what's happening today. I mean, the weather sucks, so obviously I did nothing outside today. I mean, like I said, it literally just rained all day long, and it's still raining. So, we're right now in the process of charging these back up, and we'll get there. I'll show you this here too real quick. So this one's now up to 26. So, yeah, it's getting there. And then, like I said, then what I'm going to have to do tonight is I'm going to keep an eye on it. They should be okay. At that point, if I get them charged back up, they charge back up pretty quickly. The BMS system in there is what shuts it down and doesn't let them go below 22. So that's a good thing. And see, it's clicking now to go to 26. This one is. But so that's a good thing, and that's what that's why you have that system in there, so it doesn't take it down too far and kill the batteries. So things happen. It's part of the solar game that you got to deal with, and so that's where we're at. But we'll get it figured out. So nothing nothing exciting, just a little drama, but we got it we got it fixed, and like I said, thank goodness that I got Brian that had the extra inverter that I could borrow, and otherwise we'd be pretty screwed until we got a new inverter in here, which may have taken a couple days, and that would be no fun. So, but that's where we're also now. That one just locked into 26 now. So while we've been sitting here talking, all these went up one. That's at 26.4. That's at 26.4. So everything is continuing to go up. So that's good. But anyway, so that's where we're at, guys. Not a super thrilling, exciting day. Just dealing with this type of stuff, which is absolutely no fun. But what are you going to do? That's part of the game that you deal with. And but I definitely need to make sure I have backups. That's unfortunately, those are things that you got to do. But it's a good thing to have anyway. I'd like to be able to throw a few things in a Faraday cage and do that to make sure that they're safe. And if we have that solar flare or anything like that happen, that we're able to continue to run. So that's what we're looking at doing. So anyway, I am going to jump off of here for now. Tomorrow I will be live streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So join me then, and obviously I'll throw a video up before then. But that's how our day's been here. Weather's been crappy, and it happens. What do they say? April showers bring May flowers, right? So hopefully that's the case. But remember, we're all in this together. That's important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you'll be fine, okay? I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody's having a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.